Hi everyone, Katarina here for Fab Embossing. I'm so excited today. I'm going to do something different than what I've done in the past. I'm going to use some foils to add accents to my background and then also to create my focal elements as well. Wow carries two different foils. One of them is the Fab Foilers, which I will be focusing on today. And these are the colors from my stash. I ended up picking deepest, darkest crimson and gold. I thought those two would go very, very well together to create some elegant card. I also want to show you the Fab Foilers that Wow carries. These are toner printed shades on some very good quality cardstock. And basically, because they are toner printed, anything that is black on these, the Fab Foils will stick to once you send it through your laminator. And I will demonstrate this for you later in this video. I will be creating my sentiments like this. There is all different background patterns, sentiments, or even solid black panels that you could use. The other type of foils that Wow has are the hot foils. These are designed to work with your hot foiling machines. Now there's some other techniques that you could use as well with them, but they would definitely not work with your Fab Foilers. So I just wanted to make sure that you know the difference. I'm going to start stamping the Blotted Script by Lisa Horton's Crafts from the Museum Maker collection on a 5 by 6 inch white card, and I picked out two colors from my inks by Lisa Horton Crafts. These are Straw Hat and Loganberry. I thought these two went very well with my color theme today. I will be using a topper in there, so I just placed it in there for just to show you. I don't need to cover the entire panel because I will only be able to see the edges of it, so I'm just going very randomly, no rhyme or reason, just adding a little bit of that stamping all over that panel or around the edges of it anyway. And then I'm going to pick out this other stamp, which is like a crisscross kind of design, and I'm going to come in with my Loganberry. However, I don't want this to be a strong color, so I'm stamping off and I do a secondary stamping on my card. And again, I'm just going here and there and everywhere, no rhyme and reason, again, just creating some lovely background in that. And this is the topper that will cover everything up in the middle. I am making sure that this panel is fully dry, so I'm using my heat tool in there because now we are going to do some heat embossing with the Fab Foil, and this is the gold one. I'm just cutting it into thin strips. I will just need a couple of these. I've cut 3. And then I'm coming back with the stamp that I used earlier on, the scripty one, and I am going to stamp it with the Wow Embossing Ultimate Ink Pad. And again, just focusing around the edges where I will be able to see it, because there really is no point wasting all that gorgeous foil on areas that will be covered up anyway. So I'm stamping just 2 or 3 in here to start with, and then I'm going to sprinkle bonding powder on that. You can also find this on the Wow Embossing website. So I covered it in the bonding powder, and then I'm going to heat set it. Once the powder is heated and melted, it will allow for the foil to stick to it, but the powder on the card needs to be warm. And I will demonstrate it in here for you. So I'm melting all of this to start with, and I'm adding my foil straight away on it. I can even feel that the powder grabs onto it. So you can feel that happening. And look at that gorgeous foil detail in there already. So I'm going to show you on the second one. I need to reheat it a little bit because it's already cooled out, and I will show you just in a little second in here. So I didn't cover the entire area. There on the right hand side, there's a little bit that I did not cover in foil, and it is cold now. If I add my foil to it, just like so, it doesn't matter how hard I push down on it, it will not grab to it. But once I set my heat tool to it, to reheat it, and put my foil back on top of that, you can see that instant grab already. So just don't be afraid to reheat your powder. If you have covered larger areas, it will work upon reheating as well. So in here, I'm doing the third area there. And then I will come back and I will add some more to cover some more of the areas around the edges in there with that gorgeous foiling. This is so satisfying and such a lovely way of adding foil to your designs, even if you do not own a foiling machine. There's another couple of techniques that I will touch base on in this video, so make sure that you stay to the end. And here I was just looking at using a different stamp, but then I went back to the scripted one. I thought it would be nice just to stick with this one for my background today, and I've covered it all in gold foil. It is very easy to brush away any excess just with a dry clean brush, and just look at that gorgeous foiling. It is so easy to do and it really is satisfying. Now, one of the properties of the foil is that you can ink blend over them. So I'm just doing a light ink blending here around the edges, but the foil resists the ink. So once you come back, you can just very easily remove anything sitting on top of that foil and it will get you back that shine. You can use either microfiber cloth or what I used here, a paper towel. And it is another lovely way of using these foils. You could stamp your whole background and ink over them using all different colors. I have a slightly larger panel here measuring 5 1/8 by 6 1/8, and I'm just adding the straw hat cloth lining around the edges and gluing this straight onto a 5 1/4 by 6 1/4 of a card base. Gluing this straight onto it, just nice and flat, but I am covering the other panel in foam pads to add it onto my card. Of course, this is optional. I just do like to add a dimension to my cards. Then I have my die cut toppers in here, the largest one from vellum and then 2 smaller ones from white card. These are from the Nested Marquise die set by Lisa Horton's Crafts. And in here I'm adding double-sided tape to the vellum, but only on areas you could see I use that smaller die cut as a guide to see where it won't show once everything's adhered to my card. I don't like adhesive showing through a vellum, so I just cover the areas when I know it will be covered up anyway. Now with this larger one of the 2 white die cuts, I'm adding Loganberry ink around the edges, just again to have it nice and color matching. And I will cover both of those pieces in foam pads at the back to add to my card, again for some extra added dimension. But you could certainly keep this flat, especially if you're going to post this in an envelope. Just adding it straight onto the card would be another option. My laminator has heated up off to my right in here, so I decided to use that now, and I'm going to create the sentiment next. So my laminator is a large one on A3 size, but you certainly don't need it this big. It's just what I have at home. So these Fab Foilers for the sentiments have 2 different versions you can see. One with white with black writing, and then the black one with white writing. I'm going to foil both of these for you to show you the difference. So the foil will stick to the black areas on each of these. I am folding just a piece of copy paper in half, and I'm going to use this as my carrier sheet to send my Fab Foiler through the laminator. First I wanted to add the gold all over all this area, but then I decided against, because that would just give me an option to laminate or foil up the bottom section in a different color if I wish later and if I want to use them. So I'm just going to add foil towards the top part of this. So this is another option. You can just cover sentiments here and there if you wish in foil, or you can cover the entire area and have a heap of sentiments ready to go in your stash. So I'm making sure that the copy paper is folded over before I send this through my laminator. And you will see that for this one with the black background where I'm covering a larger area, I will have to send this through one more time. So it is not too bad even in here. It sticks it quite nicely, but I can see some black dots in there which I prefer to cover up a little bit more. So I just sent it through one more time my laminator. But you will see that with the white one with the black writing, one run through the laminator will be enough. So I'm just going to repeat exactly the same as in here. You can see how lovely gold that background is in that. So in here you can see I only ran this through once, and all that gorgeous foil detail. And here's the difference between the two. As it foils the black areas, that you get 2 different types of sentiments. Now for my embellishment, I'm going to use the Lazy Daisy die set by Lisa Horton's Crafts. The solid ones I've already die cut from just plain white card, but for the outline dies I'm going to make those foiled. One of your options would be just to use your laminator exactly the same way as earlier on the solid back panel to create your foiled card, but I want to show you a different way of you could do that if you do not have a laminator or you don't want to use it. I have covered just a plain piece of white card in double-sided adhesive in here. These are double-sided adhesive sheets I just got on Amazon, and I am going to use a piece of that. So I'm peeling back the part of that adhesive, and then I'm using the deepest, darkest crimson foil on this, and I'm going very slowly, just revealing part of that sticky at a time because I don't want this to crease on my surface in there. So I'm just going very slowly. This was sped up a bit in here. I did take my time to make sure that it is nice and smooth, but because we'll be die cutting from this anyway, the die cutting machine will help smooth it out anyway. So I'm removing any extra sticky on the sides in there. And now I'm going to die cut the outline dies from this. So it was just so easy to create my own foiled card in here. Just like that. Look how gorgeous and foiled that is now. And it is such a beautiful color as well. I really love that deep dark crimson in there, and especially with the gold, it's such a gorgeous combination. So I'm removing all the rest of the die cuts from the dies, but before layering these on top of my white die cuts, I do want to add a little bit of a sparkle to these as well. So I reached for one of my sparkles from Wow, and this one is the Your Carriage Awaits Premium Glitter. You will just see how stunning that is. So this has lovely goldy but iridescent bits as well in it, and it will just work so well with my theme. And I am adding just a little bit of a glue in there. I'm not covering the entire area of the petals. I just add little dots and lines just really randomly in there. The white with the golden sparkle and then the lovely deep colored outline in there will make for some gorgeous and really elegant flowers. To layer these on top of each other, I'm only adding glue in the middle of the flower, so the petals will lift away from the ones underneath, creating some extra dimension to the card. And while you watch me create the other two flowers, just very quickly going to mention, I have a code for you, Wow Deity Katarina. If you use this while you're purchasing on the Wow embossing websites, are they the UK or the US one, this will give you 10% of your purchase. It will leave me with a little bit of a kickback, but at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much for supporting me this way. And then I decided to bring in a little bit of a greenery as well, just some green leaves around the flowers, not too many. I want the foiling to be the star on this card, but a little bit of a green I thought was needed. As for the sentiment, I've cut out a strip, one of each, because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use. But then I eventually went with that gold background with the white writing. I thought it just looked a little bit nicer, more striking on this card. And I chose the one that says thanks for everything. I'm using my hot glue to add the flowers. I am going to add some foam behind the sentiment, just on the part that will touch that topper in there. And I'm just going to leave the rest free hanging. This will add again some lovely dimension. Again, I do love this on my cards, but it's quite optional. And I'm just using the liquid glue, just add a couple of these leaves here and there. I don't want it to be overwhelmingly green, but I did think that it needed that just to lift the colors a little bit. And just to finish off, I'm going to add some gold rhinestones in the middle of each flower. And again, I'm using my liquid glue just to add this in there very quickly. And this will finish my card off for today. I really hope that I have given you some ideas on what way you could start using your Fab Foils today. But make sure to follow the Wow Embossing YouTube channel and all the other social media platforms as well, because the other DT members will also be coming to show you some gorgeous inspiration on how you could use Fab Foils and hot foils in your card making or paper crafting. Everything I used today, I will leave a link to in the description box below, alongside with some other links to social media platforms where you can find some gorgeous inspiration by all the very talented DT members for Wow Embossing. And while waiting for some new video releases, why not check out our already existing ones, both on the Wow Embossing YouTube channel or on my own YouTube channel. Both of them can be very easily accessed by clicking on either of these icons in here. Thank you so much for watching, have a wonderful day and see you soon. Bye!